This message, or this channel message, is for all of my mothers in our collective. Welcome. All right. To Talk Tequila, TT here with a channel message for all of my mothers. If you are new, welcome to Tarot for Mothers. Today's reading is dedicated to all the mothers in this collective. We're going to see what is the message for you. What is this about? Hi, Norma. Hi, you guys. Hi, Dimples. Hi, everyone in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, if you're watching this on replay from the YouTube channel, Tarot for Moms, this message is about an apology. I'm so sorry. Moms, we have an apology here. Someone is feeling a lot of guilt. They have a confession. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I could say all I could say. My chick on the side. So this could be about another chick on the side, or something that somebody wants forgiveness for. They want your forgiveness. So this could be someone that's deceased. All right. This may be someone that is grieving still over someone that they lost. All right. Something about losing someone. Now, this may not be romantic as well. I am picking up that message. This could really be a loved one that is passed away and they want to heal something with you. Whether this is a spouse, a parent, a relative, there is mediumship coming through this reading. Okay, so I'm feeling it really heavy. It's something about an abrupt end or unexpected end. So someone could also be giving you a message in connection to someone that you might be dealing with. All right, so let's say, for example, you have lost someone, or someone close to you lost someone, but you're the closest person to them. This deceased person may be talking directly to you to get the message to someone else. All right, so keep your mind open about that. All right. Let's see, who is this for? Spirit, who is this for? Oh, look at there. So we are getting some confirmations in the chat, you guys. All right, if you want to rewatch this replay, it's going to be on my YouTube channel for if you want to go back and see it. That link is going to be in my bio. Okay. So let's see, you guys. How y'all doing? One sec. Let me just take a second and just ask all of my mothers out there. How are you guys? How are you guys? I'm sending y'all some love through the phone. Kisses through the phone. All right. So someone does want to speak to you over the phone. I am getting that message as well. They just want you to pick up the phone. At this point, I'm hearing breathing on the phone. So someone could be calling you and only breathing on the phone, but they're not talking. But someone is being guided to you to make things right. Okay. This could be, like I said, a loved one on the other side that's bringing someone to you, and like putting the spirit compels them to like reach out to you and just make things right. And this could just be for your personal healing itself. You know what I'm saying? All right, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, but you hanging in there, Spirit, I ask that you release whatever burdens, bring peace to all of my mothers out there. Let them know that you are with them. Okay, so like I said, this is co-parenting. All right, mothers that are co-parenting, mothers that are working very hard, working 9 to 5. I heard I didn't want this for you. There's something about not wanting this for you, not wanting you to have to work so hard. They want you to pay attention to details as well in regards to something at work. There's something about your job here as well. If you're dealing with like an annoying boss or someone at your job that is kind of always getting on your nerves, okay, because we have the devil at the bottom of the deck. Someone around you is making it harder than it has to be. But we're going to get down to the bottom of this message because there is something to do with addictions and depression and feeling like tied to something, and it being harder than it has to be financially, harder than it has to be with love, things like that. Abrupt endings, coming to an end out of like nowhere, unexpectedly going through certain things, and not wanting you to hold on or harbor that type of resentment within you. So, let's see. Oh, I'm glad that you met somebody new. Let's see, Spirit. What is your channel message for all of my mothers out here? Let's see. What's the channel message for all of my mothers? Happy family. All right. Boundaries. Something about someone at someone's job or someone that is around you in your energetic field may be obsessing over you. There's something about obsessive over here. I don't know. This could be someone that takes you to work or someone that you're starting to talk to. But they're in your environment. You either go to school with this person, you work at the same, they live in your neighborhood. I'm getting a couple messages here, you guys. Hold on. I keep hearing beware. Okay? If you have someone on you, yeah, I feel like someone is on your tail or someone is like watching you obsessively. You can't trust this person. There's someone around you that you cannot trust. They're dangerous. I'm hearing that they're dangerous. They're going to detour you off your path. They're trying to detour you off your path. This person has mental health issues here. They're very codependent, or they have a tendency to cheat, lie. Like someone is saying like you could do better. All right, you may be friends with this person. I'm not picking up on a relationship. So spirit is coming through, letting you know that you do deserve a healthy, loving relationship, a very stable relationship. All right, not to compare it to anything that you see on social media, but if you've been feeling intuitively like you don't know who to trust, if you could trust this particular person in your life, I do feel like with the tall whites, they could have like a very, how do I say, Spirit, give me the words. Like they're from, not from this planet. Okay, there's something about dealing with someone that has like, they could be very extremely spiritual, or they could say that they talk to aliens, or they communicate, where you could be very interested in their mind, but they have some type of devil energy on them, obsession, possessive type of energy. There's something about legal issues as well, being concerned about dealing with legal issues. Something is an abrupt end. Spirit, clarify this death for me. So there is like deceased loved ones telling you to watch out for this type of energy. I heard put their picture up, light a candle for them, for ask for protection. Yeah, it's your family. So your ancestors are really telling you to be aware of this type of energy around you. Again, death. Death to your finances, death to a lot of things that could be going good for you in your life. This person or this energy will delay you. All right, from your soul journey, delay you from moving forward in life. So for all my single ladies out there, in solitude, independent, you're at peace. All right, you could be trying to change your eating habit, but something about your work environment, to be careful of making certain friends or attachments with people that are on a very low vibration right now, because I feel like there's something that's going to be happening this year specifically. They want you to know that this year is going to be a lot harder than the other years. This feels like family and community, not just romance. It feels like family with certain issues may come to you for like help. They may need a place to stay. They may need some type of assistance, or coming to you with their problems. And if you're the only independent person taking care of these responsibilities, to be aware or be on a lookout, because someone around you can't be trusted. Yeah, they may need somewhere to stay. Okay, this could be family members. But something's going to drain you, or it would drain you if you try to overcompensate and like feel like you have to do it because it's family. Yeah, it's emotional drains here, y'all. So be aware of emotional drains, getting yourself trapped into a situation or committed to team working, collaborating with certain people. This is a test. So there's a test coming for all my moms where you may be dealing with a situation where someone wants to barter with you. Pay attention, because I feel like attention to the details. How long are they going to stay with you? How long are they trying to, are they going to need help? How long? Because Spirit is showing me that you're the type of person that will create or make things happen. So you have the ability to make things happen even when it feels like you may not be able to do it. They want you to know that it's your ancestors helping you. Okay? And to be have grace with yourself. If you feel like you've ever gone back to something or repeated the same lesson over and over again, they're telling you to look on the bright side of what it taught you. Be gentle with yourself, even if you have to wait. There's no timeline for this. You don't have to put some type of timestamp on how soon you should have something, how quickly you should be getting it, and why do you have to wait so long to get out of this cycle on your journey. 5 of Swords. Right now, there's a lot of games being played, mind games being played. A lot of people are under judgment right now. 2 of Swords. And I feel like you're blocking this out, but they keep coming to you. So even though you may be blocking it, like I'm not answering my phone, I'm not listening to anyone lies, I'm done with that. It's not over. 4 of Swords. Something is not over. And you have to be willing to see this, because I feel like, you see how in this card, her eyes are closed. Hey, Juju, her eyes are closed, out of sight, out of mind, but you have a weakness here. And they want you to know that you have a weakness for a particular person, place, or thing. And when given the right opportunity, you would open your door again. Under the right circumstances, you would give your love again. Under the right circumstances, you would do something over and over again repetitively. And they want you to be aware of that. Three of Coins. I'm telling you something about oh, okay. So what would God want you to do? So you have a very strong moral compass. Okay. You forgive people. You forgive people, but you also learn a very valuable lesson about lending out money when you don't have it, saying yes to people when they call on you, committing yourself to certain situations, predicaments, trying to do the right thing. And these are the ways in which you're able to be deceived, tricked, swindled on. And then it raises your blood pressure. You feel overworked. You feel overwhelmed. This also, I keep picking up relative. Someone has a relative or someone that may need help out all of a sudden, and they're expecting you to say yes. Like, can we do something together? Ace of Cups. And this hits home because I feel like you would have done it for someone else, or you felt like, you know, this is like generational karma as well. So you may have deceased relatives that responded to these type of situations the same way, repetitively letting someone that either has a addiction, mental health issues, they struggle with being able to maintain their finances. This could be a young cousin, nephew, niece, anybody like that. Yeah, like, I don't have it. Especially if you're saving up for something, because I feel like you may be saving up to like get a better job, or you're saving up to like move to a better community or something like that because of like the people that are around you. There's some secrets here. Nine of Swords. So, okay, so the worry here is, how do you get out of this situation? The Nine of Swords. How do you get out of this situation and leave on good terms? How do you get out of the situation and leave on good terms? Eight of Pentacles. You need to focus on your hard work. You need to focus on work right now. Like, right now, your focus needs to be on you focusing on your projects, you focusing on your work, your money. You need to give this undivided attention to yourself. Even if you have like a business or you're an entrepreneur, they're telling you not to really focus on collaborating with anyone else right now, because the contract will put you in something like an agreement with another person will slow you down from manifesting your abundance on your own. You would get a lot further on your own. That's what they keep repeating to me over and over again. If you've already loaned out any type of finances or money and you're waiting on it to come back, they're telling you, like, this is a lesson for you. You're not going to get it back. Okay? Some of you are dealing with an opportunist. Okay? When they see the opportunity, they will take it. All right? So a certain time of year, you may deal with people calling you to see if you got some type of money yet, people calling you to see what your finances are looking like, to see if they can borrow from you, get an investment from you. And all of it is really just to pick away, to take what they have their own, but they're coming for yours too. They're like in your jar, in your pocketbook, counting your finances, calculating how much you might have. So this blessing that you're about to receive, if you haven't already, you're going to be victorious, and you have people that are jealous of you. Look at that face. Like, who's better than who type of energy. So you have a lot of snakes around you that are watching you be successful on your own, be independent on your own. And it's like they have money that they're sitting on, but they want to save their money, and they want to ask you for some of yours as well. And they're going to pull on your empathy. They're going to pull on, like, what's the right thing to do. If I was in their shoes, I would want them to as well. But are they considering the fact that you got mouths to feed? Are they considering the fact that you're doing this all by yourself? Nobody's considering that fact. So as quick as the money come in, it's going to be gone. You know, and you know something is coming. Someone's going to come to you and tell you their problems, and they want you to, like, give them an answer. I'm hearing someone say, I can't afford this, or something about they can't afford something, and they're telling you their problems, and they're expecting you to be like, well, because you're the type of person where when someone's telling you their problems, you listen with the intent to solve it or to come up with a solution. Ace of Wands. They feel like you know the answer or you know what to do. So they may sit on the phone and just breathe while they're talking to you on the phone, waiting for you to say, well, I don't have this amount, but I can give you this much. Yeah. And they may even tell you that they're going to give it back to you. They may even tell you that I'm going to, give it back to you when I get mine. Ten of Swords. But it's a betrayal. These are for the people that you know have a tendency of being greedy. And the truth is, they really don't want to see you succeed at something. Whoever these people are, it feels like a multiple of people. So when you didn't have anything, or when you didn't have a lot, your ancestors want you to look back and ask yourself, who could you call on? Who could you turn to? Were they there for you when you were struggling, trying to balance two major responsibilities at the same time, work and your kids? Were they there to offer you any type of free help? Because you tend to forget that when things are looking good for you because you're abundant. But Spirit is saying, just wait a second. Before you respond, before you say yes or before you come up with a solution, just this time around, just wait and see what they come up with. Just wait and give them an opportunity to solve their own problems. Because that may have been a lesson for them. And you were an obstacle, or you become an obstacle when you don't allow them to learn their lesson on their journey. If everybody keeps telling these people yes, and they abuse that by spending all their money up or their resources up, and then coming to you and wanting, because they know that you're always going to say yes, or they know that you are the type of person that, like, just leave me alone. Here, take what you want and go. All right. I'm telling you, the Nine of Pentacles. And they're saying, like, you will see the red flags, but you ignore it. So this is telling me that outside of family and friends, even when it comes to relationship, you'll see opportunities for exactly for what it is, but you'll invest in it. Even when they ghost you, or that you don't hear from them for a while, you'll be like, oh, that's okay, I was working. Because you're so independent. So this is for my moms that are like, what they call it, hyper independent, where you're so accustomed to doing everything that you have people around you, especially romantic interests, that are watching you and studying you. And they see how you do everything. You cook, you clean, you take care of responsibilities. You don't expect nobody to do nothing for you. So they just listen, and they pay attention, and they watch how you move, and they're studying you. And unbeknownst to you, they're looking for a way in. And you see how every card, she's not looking. She's not looking. Because you feel like you can keep that energy around you, or that energy is able to be around you, because you're not going to let them in emotionally. But you won't notice that they're a waste of your time because you're so focused on maintaining your lifestyle that they're able to just sit at the table with you. And eventually, because they're always around, you become comfortable with them, and then you end up investing in them. You end up giving them more than they deserve. Yeah, and then they pull back. So now they get you going, they get you invested, they get your mind all in tune with thinking that they don't want anything from you, but they do want something for you. But they ain't telling you that they want something from you because they're listening to your dreams, your hopes of how you want the best. You want a healthy relationship. These are the type of people in your love life. You do more talking, they do more listening. Real calculated. And they're trying to figure out a way how to get over to your house. So they may talk to you on the phone for a long time. And it's like once they get what they want, then they start pulling back their energy. And it's a manipulation tactic, control tactic. You're the type of person, the very independent women that you make them feel small. Paquito. You make them feel small. You make their ego feel very small. So it's only when you pull back your energy that they start coming after you. Look at that, Queen of Swords. And by that point, you're like very, very short with words. You don't really have a lot of energy, but they know how to argue with you or project the conversation a certain way to put your guards down. Because they feel like ultimately you want a commitment. Whoever you are, this energy here, you want a commitment. You want something solid. But they know that you're cold in the heart. So to make themselves feel worthy of your love, they have to behave a certain type of way. Knight of Swords. To get your attention. They behave a certain type of way and it gets your attention. So this is also a trait. Yeah, this is also a trait. Because it starts to register like, oh, they're fighting for the relationship or they're fighting to be with you. But what you don't see is that it's like hopeless romantic type of energy. Falling in love with like the struggle that comes with relationships. And that's because the type of relationships that are drawn to you with the closed heart chakra stems from them being able to read you like a book. The Hierophant. They know your type like the back of their hand. And they know the only way to get this type of woman to open up is to make them feel like they don't need you. It's to make you feel like they don't need you, they don't want you. But it's reverse psychology. Because truth of the matter is, you know and they know that when they met you, they didn't have shit. And now that they got your mind, they just got to get your heart. Okay. Temperance. So your angels are trying to assist you with a certain frequency. They want you to elevate your frequency so you can attract better counterparts. And in order to get you to elevate your frequency, you got to get in touch with your emotions and your feelings. You need your feelings to be able to really tap into your discernment. But it's blocked by a broken heart. So now you're on guard, but meanwhile you're guarding your heart, but you got somebody behind you doing a magic trick on you. Because you're so focused on making sure nobody break your heart that they coming up behind you and they taking you for everything you have energetically, which is how you receive your finances and your abundance before it manifests in your life physically. So if they're taking all your energy while you're focused on your heart chakra, being disappointed by your heart or your love, they absorbing all your etheric inheritance and manifesting their best life off of your energy because they got your mind And once they got your subconscious mind, they can create anything in there, but they'll never love you. And you'll always feel like there's a void. Rose colored glasses. Come through, spirit. And then when you take your energy back and you're focusing only on yourself and making yourself feel good and focusing on your joy and happiness, then what happens? Then they come all romantic and they want to say nice things and they want to, court you and they want to do all these sweet things. But how long does it last? It don't last long. So Spirit is saying you need to heal your heart. These relationships will keep ending like this, and the cycle is going to keep repeating itself. Because the Ten of Coins is just saying that some of y'all are saying like, well, I will wait until I'm exactly where I want to be in life, and then the right lover will come along. So now you're going to go on this journey where you're falling in love with your finances and you're falling in love with your career and your ability to manifest your best life. Well, guess what you attract next? That non-committal person that plays games just like the all the knights in the deck. But except this time, the knight is coming to trap you. The knight is coming to put you like a trophy on their wall. Predatorial type of energy. Still there. And then you're going to be trying to figure out how you're going to get out of there. Trying to re-heal, trying to refocus on yourself. Eight of Cups, emotionally detached, feeling like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. These are the type of relationships that are coming in. So Spirit is saying it's time to shift your perspective so you can elevate your mind. Because a lot of these people, your mind, they know how to read your body. And they're like several steps ahead of you, moms. They got y'all down to a science. They listen to your past. They listen to the relationship. They listen to the failures of your past relationships. They pay attention to how the relationship you have with your children. And they read how lonely you are. And then they're quiet and they're calculated. Look at this person. And then eventually they're looking at you like they're the providers. And now you're the person that should be grateful and that they're with you because now you're well kept. And Spirit is saying like in those type of connections, y'all will hold on for dear life because now you don't got so far down the journey. At this point, you rather settle for this than to go back to where you came from. But you're meant to defy the status. You're meant to defy the status quo. You're meant to go against the grain. So if you're meant to go against the grain, Spirit, how do they go against the grain? Ace of Coins. You got to do this for yourself. There's something that you need to do for yourself. It's not your responsibility. You don't have to tell nobody how to do it. You don't have to teach nobody nothing. How does the moms defy the status quo? How do the moms defy the status quo? Evidence. You got to do your research because they doing their research on you. You got to do your research. You got to pull up the proof. You got to see the red flags when you see the red flags. If something feels off and it feels fishy, that's your intuition. And they're also saying that you need to go down your own rabbit hole. All right. You need to go remember who you are. And I feel like that journey is really going to equip you with the wisdom. Like, this goes back really far. There's a specific language, okay? And it's meant to be like a gift. There's a specific language, a reason. There's a reason how this got to this point. And Spirit wants you to like go against the status quo and investigate why. Why is statistically marriages, they don't last? Why is it statistically that certain communities are fatherless children? Why is there statistically, certain races get certain relationships? There's a reason for all of that. And I feel like you're meant to bring awareness to that. Your journey is meant to really crack that whole system wide open, and you'll see how it was all rigged to begin with. You'll start to see how all of these expectations of chasing something, like chasing dream, chasing ambition, or chasing money, it stems from a root issue, and it's the devil. And there's also this like evidence here where this stems back to the reason why at a young age they give you dolls. At a young age they tell you to aspire to be married. At a young age, women have been put on the chopping block, put on the block as creatures that were good for nothing more than procreating and manifesting off of. All of this is historically a part of our history, and it's masculine in nature. So we've been giving away so much power to the masculine energy, building them up, coming up with ways to help make them a better prodigy of their forefathers. And in so many ways, it was always given to, and I'm not even saying this to be a feminist, okay? I'm not saying this to be a feminist at all. I'm just channeling the message directly from Spirit. But Spirit is saying there is so much evidence around why the system is created for this entire loop of leaving women and mothers especially left to fend for shit for themselves. It was designed to literally tear down that relationship between mother, father, and the Holy Spirit. Now it's in the, what is it that Christianity says? It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. So the mother archetype has been erased out of archives as even being an important factor when it comes to the evolution of mankind. So how do we skip all of that? And women, especially mothers, are the last to ever be helped. We'll need help, we'll need assistance, and they feel like, oh, because you may have to get government assistance or you may have to do child support. It was designed to make you need the government. It was designed to make you need, you know what I'm saying? Because you're shitted. You being so kind and charitable left you in a position where you had no choice but to turn to the government. You had no choice but to make that your head. And essentially making you lose your own head, and it don't even feel right. You know what I'm saying? It don't even feel right. But all of this social media was created to make you both become addicted to wanting the grass to be greener on the other side, to make you addicted to looking outside of the relationship in order to find love. This was designed to subliminally fuck masculine and feminine up, perpetuating a cycle that continues to create more generational curses. So if you're going to go against the status quo, right, that means that running away from the situation ain't going to fix it. The problem is you can't make another person act right, correct? You can't make another person want to be a parent. You can't make another person want to do the right thing. So what do? Well, here's the world's greatest secret. They ain't going to tell you what you could do. They're going to tell you, all right, to get it somewhere else. They're going to tell you to break up with that person, leave that person, and get it somewhere else. And then they're going to have the other person on the other end pulling on their energy. But it's there's a big devil energy that's around this entire breakdown of the root, from the root of the house chakra. And it's designed to get you to withdraw, to pull you out of your relationship. It's designed to get you to disrupt everything. And it goes back so far. Like Spirit is saying, each of you have incarnated with specific paths. All right? And all of them are similar, but they're unique. Okay? As a woman, there are certain gifts, okay? As a woman, there are certain gifts that you possess. But nobody has taught you how to access those gifts. And they're not going to teach you how to access those gifts. They're not going to teach you how to speak to a man, okay? Or how to speak to your counterpart. And they want to listen to you. Because the first thing that we think, or we were taught, that a male wants is through their lower chakras. You got to be able to please them. You got to be able to take care of them. All the physical realm. But nobody's teaching the spiritual realm. They're not. They're not going to teach you that. So the system has created a wheel, a spinning wheel of a whole bunch of quitters. And the divine is here to help you break this generational curse. Indulgence. Yep. This generational curse of third party energy, drinking, this generational curse of being jealous of other women. Okay. Women being jealous of you. Coveting each other's homes, wishing that the other person had, wanted to live your life. It's a lot of shit. Look at that. Compromise. And then they ass fall for it. And they go back and forth between these third party fucking situations. Because, and it all starts, this is woman to woman trauma. Really. Woman to woman trauma. Somebody sees something that they like, they want your man. Or they want your woman. This is something that happens a lot. It'd be your own family members trying to take your man. It'd be on your own friends. Shit, it'd be, listen. There's a strategy to break up relationships. So they can control and dictate how successful families are, especially within specific communities. All right? They don't care. They don't give a damn. The system does not give a damn. Whether you're successful or not. The system does not give a damn. Shit. There's a whole strategy. This is predictable shit. This was like planned everything. It was designed this way, but it's something about a curse. I feel like it's a curse here, like control tactics. A trap. There's a trap, and it's like over and over again falling into the same trap. And I'll keep asking myself, why is it? Look, I said, breaking generational curses. Somewhere it got to stop. Protest, stop blessings. Somebody got to be willing to break the generational curse. Because, like, it's really bad. Look at that, fighting. And it really affects the children. It really affects it perpetuates this upbringing where children are born feeling disconnected, and the cycle repeats itself. When they should be playing with toys outside, getting their hands dirty, they're over there going through these traumatic experiences in relationships, right? And then they try to move on with their life. You live and you learn, but then guess what? It becomes this dark cloud that follows your child everywhere as they get older. And then the cycle repeats itself. So Spirit is pretty much saying, in order to have a happy family, you're coming up against a very long line of generational curses. But it's not like you can't blame your family, your parents, because this is coming up against the devil. I want you to ask yourself this question, mothers, okay? Because at some point, whether it's us or another woman, we've been on this side of the spectrum. Ask me if this sounds like logical on any level. As a woman, because men have this code, but women do not have this code. Men will literally consider if they want to deal with you or not if you have children with another man. Matter of fact, they base and weigh and measure who or what they will get involved with based off of their psychological evaluation of how getting with you is taking on the burden of another person. Now, there are men out there that will do it. I'm not discrediting that. But what I'm saying to you is that if men can take time and evaluate the perpetual trauma that is going to be passed down to their offspring, why as women do we not consider the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Why as women do we not consider the same type of perpetual trauma? And the reason why I'm asking that is because in this whole third party dynamic of the karmic, the divine feminine, and the divine masculine, there's this narrative that I see where it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter if you're the karmic or you consider yourself the divine feminine. You will literally justify taking a man from another woman based off the fact that he's with a karmic and how he shouldn't be with her. He could have 15, 11 million kids with her, but she is not worthy of him, and that he is unhappy because he's with the karmic. And I asked myself this question from seeing these cards. How does that make you any better? That you will wait for that person to let go of a karmic. For real, think about it. So technically, you don't even realize that subconsciously you hating on that woman. Subconsciously, you despise her. And she's the whole reason why you and that person can't be happy. And then when it says, oh, he had all those kids with her, but he was never supposed to be with her to begin with. Really, that's insidious. That's disturbing. That's disturbing. Because that means that you would have to be so emotionally detached from the fact that you once were a child, you grew up in the same fucking situation, and now you want it for someone else's child. You want it. You want it so bad to the point where you eat, sleep, shit, and think about the way in which he gonna leave her for you, or vice versa. There's even women out there that can't even feel emotionally for a child. When you say, but that's a child, why wouldn't you want to include that person's child in your life? You know what they say? I've heard it over and over again. That's not my child. A whole woman with a child will say, that's not my child. Why should I care about her or her child? And it makes me wonder, when they talk about the story in the Bible where Abraham and Sarah and Hagar, that's a third party situation, right? Well, Abraham had to leave Hagar because Sarah was the main person. Did you ever stop and consider that the devils that wrote the Bible created that narrative so you can justify your own sin? So you're no better and you're no different than the people that wrote the book, that rearranged the book to fit their narrative. So a lot of you mothers, your person may be someone that has walked out on you before. Your person may be someone that's cheated on you before. And I'm not telling you to take them back, and I'm not telling you anything. But what I am telling you, that Spirit is saying, based off your journey, you're meant to defy the odds of a status quo that was implied over you and your generation. Whatever that looks like for you and your generation, you were chosen for it. And I just think it's really sad because I can see the spirit of Jezebel. I can see the spirit of all these different malignant entities all over this energy. But why is it like we could talk about like the distraction is the stories. Oh, the person's with his karmic. They just need to get over the whoop whoop whoop. And I feel like spirit is holding even fucking readers accountable. Like listen to what you're saying right now. So it makes me like, makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. Like for you to have access to all of this information, for you to have access to be able to channel spirit, on what vibration are you channeling for? Because there is no healing in that. There is no spiritual cleansing in that. There is nothing remotely positive coming from perpetuating the same generational curses over and over again. But to call yourself or to tell someone else that they're a generational curse breaker, how are you encouraging them to break a generational curse by telling them that, oh, oh, that's not for you, this is for you, and the reason why that person's not with you is because they're with their karmic and you were with your karmic, and it's time to both of y'all, fuck your kids, fuck everything that you created, and just go straight to one direction. That's not the truth for everybody. And when I say that, I mean that that's not the message for every person. But I feel like it goes deeper because the only way this entire matrix is able to operate you need feminine energy to be able to perpetuate that, right? So that means that in order to create you have to use the software. What is the software of a human body? It's the feminine mind. It's your subconscious. So I have to implant a thought, a subliminal message, feed it to you, and then you naturally will move and behave in a certain way. Am I saying that you need a marriage from a church and all those other different things? No. But what I am saying here is that on this journey of living and learning, there is a bigger issue at hand. And at some point, Spirit is saying the rose-colored glasses are going to have to come off of everybody, including us as mothers. And we're going to have to see who the bigger enemy is. That's who we got to hold accountable. Because pointing the finger and trying to figure out who to point the trigger off and who to blow up on is counterproductive. They done put a bomb in your lap and then told you, oh, it's a gift, and then blew it up and walked away. But they were stealing from you. Stealing from you. And some of you, it's going to be your own family members, your own friends. They low-key hate your relationship, and they're going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do for your relationship. Only you know your relationship. You're supposed to be a relationship between you, your partner, and God. But meanwhile, they wanted you to break up because they never liked seeing y'all together anyway. They ain't going to tell you that, though. Because they're mad because their relationships failed. They're mad because you decided to move forward in your life. So be aware of that as well. Because a lot of these people that's coming back around you, Spirit needs you to know that they were always jealous of you. They always wanted to be you. And it's the people closest to you. They never fucking wanted you or your relationship to succeed. So they had your ear. Some of y'all, it's your own in-laws. That's some crazy shit right there. It's your own in-laws. But you're going to be successful. In closing, you're going to be successful. There's some type of major achievement that you're about to succeed at. And it's going to feel like something you never thought was possible. But y'all not going down without a fight. Okay? Spirit is saying you're not going down without a fight. Especially with these third wheel energies. Okay? That's been lusting over your life. That's been lusting over your prosperity. That's been lusting over everything. Their spirit of lust, the spirit of jealousy, envy, all those things have been on you, around you. And you've been jumping over, like blocking the haters, X, Y, and Z. And you making them mad. Because guess what? How they get them is how they lose them. It ain't gonna ever stop. That cycle ain't gonna ever stop repeating itself. Because the real objective was they only wanted your person to your first of all, like I said, some of y'all dealing with like in-law issues as well. Not everybody, but I do see in-law issues, and that's your third wheel. You have in-laws, mothers, fathers, whoever in the fuck that have been jealous of your relationship. And because they didn't have a successful relationship, they don't want you to have a successful relationship, whether it be an old person or a new person. And you're going to notice a theme. Every time you find you get on some type of good path, there's always some shit that go down. Yeah. Because some of you, like, there's this situation where somebody's been made, like, where they always want to have a hand or dictate what happens in your love life. They would rather, you have some parents out here that will literally rather their child be single. We can do this together. You don't need no man, or you don't need no relationship. And some men have lost their relationships because of crazy ass in-laws. And women too. You've lost relationships with men because of their crazy ass in-laws. That's still your third party energy. So third party energy may be a person from the outside, but it may be a person from the inside that has that evil eye projected your way. Your coworker at your job that's mad because your person always sending you roses, that jealous ass neighbor, the jealous ass sibling, your own parent. They all out here. And they're gonna try to do little things like persuade and bribe, you know. Let's keep it on the low. So Spirit is encouraging you to be careful who you collaborate with, who you share your goals with. All right. Because they are out here trying to end you. And collaboration is also people that you let in your home, around your kids, especially if you get a new relationship. Let's say you get a new relationship. They still gonna want your shit to end. They don't want you happy. So you have a reason to place healthy boundaries around people in your vicinity, because like I said, hurt people, but there's some type of repetitive cycle repeating itself, moms, and your guides just want you to be happy, and they want you to remember your sole purpose of why you chose these challenges for yourself, and the change that you will create just by you living your life, one life at a time. Each and every single one of you play a major role in breaking some type of illusion that's casted over the entire universe, especially over other women, when it comes to this soulmate and this North Node energy. And I feel like it's really over feminine energy, especially because when you can only perceive reality from one perspective, you really create that reality, which is why masculine energy understands that so well, that they really study like how to manipulate, how to do things, how to plant seeds in the subconscious mind of feminine, and how to get them to help to become famous, how to utilize that soulmate connection energy and manifest through sex magic, manifest through all types of shit. So you need to get on game, because they out here crafting chaos through divine feminine energy. So you got to study to show yourself approved. Yes, because the world is taking advantage of feminine energy, and they're utilizing it for their own hidden agenda. So let's get your last message. And like I said, if you want to watch this on replay, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio for Tarot for Moms. Yes, we got to start empowering each other and stop tearing each other down. So true. What's your last message to all of my mothers? So many. Muy caliente. Oh, look, we got Wolf, Pathfinder. Look at that card. And it says, release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Oh my goodness. Look at that. You may be by yourself, you may be independent, but you the pack, okay? You lead the pack because you have a love that endures. Look at that magic. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthrights. Listen. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I love you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow, okay? Have a wonderful evening. Good night, you guys.